So we're here to talk about the IHCC and WAAF a little bit. So this is Dr. Naa, and she's going to explain a little bit of you and the work that the clinic does here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what I normally tell people is that I wear multiple hats, meaning that I work with both the West Africa AIDS Foundation but also with the International Healthcare Center. The West Africa AIDS Foundation is an NGO focusing on prevention, education, advocacy, sensitization, while the clinic is literally more into treatment and management. As the name West Africa AIDS Foundation states, we are primarily into HIV and AIDS, but as one would be aware, HIV and AIDS has, it's kind of like intertwined. There are so many things that go around it. So you will see that we are not only specifically into treatment, but we are also into social development, humanitarian development, and things like that. So what we do is we very much want to tackle things like ensuring that our youth is very much aware of what HIV and AIDS is, in the hopes that it will help them make good decisions in life so they don't end up becoming HIV positive. While for those that are HIV positive, we want to ensure that they have the best of care so they can have normal quality lives and still be contributing meaningfully to society, but also to really do our best in fighting especially HIV related stigma, as this is really a huge hurdle in all the areas that we work in. So if you look at the West Africa AIDS Foundation and the International Healthcare Center and the various areas in which they work, the two organizations really complement each other, and they make it possible for us to really provide a very holistic approach to issues concerning HIV and other infectious diseases, including sexual and reproductive health. So yeah, that is it. Currently, the West Africa AIDS Foundation works in many schools across the country. We have our head office in Accra, which is where we are now, and we have 4 other branch offices in other regions of Ghana. Across West Africa, we are now partnering with some other organizations that we are identifying who do similar work to what we do, so that we can share ideas, and it will be more of a South-South partnership, trying to tackle HIV and infectious diseases really across the region. WAAF works in schools, educating children, helping them understand what HIV is and actually ensuring that they protect themselves. Then we have also a lot of work at the community level, where we champion people, to fight all sorts of things that have to do with infectious diseases. So just ensuring that they stay as healthy as possible, and this includes things like the use of condom, correct use of condom, and then, like I said, at the clinic we
does the government give condom to those people, or do they have to buy it?
Well, since some time now, there is a national policy that condoms should be sold. It is at a very minimum cost, but personally I think it's got to do with the fact that they are thinking about sustainability issues. I think they're getting to the point where they are realizing that not everything can be for free, especially in a developing country. It's difficult to keep giving everything for free because they are also relying on assistance from outside, and you can't be 100% sure that this assistance will go on forever. So in a very small way, they are trying to see how funds can be generated that can go back into sustaining programs. And I think that is one of the reasons why the condoms have now been made to be sold. However, on the other hand, you want to really ensure that people do buy and use the condoms. So if you're going to make it at a cost that is not affordable for many people, then they wouldn't go in for it. Even now, the price right now is, if you were to count a single condom, 3 pieces are going for 5 pesos.
Yeah, it's very cheap.
Which is very cheap, but even that some people are complaining about, you know. So, but you know, as you kind of like link that one up to what, you know, it could do for you. We hope that, you know, it will still help people make the right decisions and still get it. However, there are also some programs, you know, that allow for condoms to be given out for free, especially if people come in, you know, to test and you have condoms. You could give out to them because we want to make sure that they get, you know, used to using condoms if necessary. So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for this.
You're
okay,
welcome.
and I hope I can bring a lot of volunteers here to the clinic.
You're welcome. I think, okay, let me just talk about how volunteers
Okay.
have really, you know, impacted
Yes,
us.
please.
Yes, we are actually one of the oldest NGOs working in the field of HIV. WAAF was set up in 1999. After the clinic was set up in 1998, so we're going about 14 years now, and we still remain very thankful to interns and volunteers that we've had from around the world. And the thing about WAAF is that we are very open to ideas from people from wherever they are coming from. We recognize that even if you're a student, you're still in school, you know, these days people are very talented, and people have experience in many different areas, and all of these areas are needed, you know, to effectively reach out to people, especially vulnerable groups. So when interns and volunteers come to us, they are engaged in so many areas, right down from helping in the administration of the organization, but also the outreach work that we do, so actually going out into the field. It could be in the clinic if you are more of a medical person and you know you want to be more medically busy. The clinic is also there, but even that, you can actually go out into the communities and do sensitization on health topics, testing people, you know, doing medical outreaches. So there is a whole lot that volunteers and interns can do. Volunteers and interns also come sometimes, and as they work with us, they see issues, and those issues lead to them developing their own projects, you know, which really benefits the organization. A very good example is one that took place, which eventually led to a huge concert that was organized during the World AIDS Day, and it was called the Voices Against AIDS concert, and it was a very successful one where this intern was able to put some of the top Ghanaian musicians together to come up with a song called the Voices Against AIDS, which was aired on TV for quite some time, you know, creating awareness about HIV. And then at the concert itself, these 14 musicians performed while school children, you know, recited poems and did some drama plays around HIV, and it was very well attended. I can't really give the exact figure, but we anticipate there were over 30,000 people at that concert, and it was very great. We've also had an intern who organized a health walk, which was strictly done by school children, and these are local Ghanaian school children who actually raised money locally by going around door to door, telling people in Ghana that, you know, they were going to do a walk specifically for raising money, so that the money will be given to the IHCC clinic to help HIV people who can pay for their services. And they were able to raise about 3,000 Ghana cedis, and they did a whole walk in the city of Accra on that day, and it was very amazing. These were children between the ages of, I think, about 10 and about 17, and it was amazing.
That's a lot of money.
Exactly,
yeah.
and this was raised, and this was all done by an intern from the US. And I mean, there are so many other ones. We've had interns help us put educational materials together. We've had interns help us update our website. We've had interns work with our orphans and vulnerable children project, where they've had the children, you know, how should I say, they've entertained the children so much that the children have felt like they belong, you know, in society. They are not like children who are HIV positive or vulnerable, so nobody cares for them. it's very amazing how some of these interns can move very well with the
So
children.
basically, they don't necessarily have to be a medical student or anything.
Absolutely not.
Any department, it's possible to work
it's
here.
possible. Any department is possible, and you know, as you are here, really, you don't have to have medical background at all. You can fit in. Even if you don't have a medical background and you still want to have an idea of, you know, the medical issues of people with HIV, it's also possible. The thing about Ghana is also that, you know, the patients are very open, and they feel rather glad that somebody is giving them attention.
They
so
are,
you can
yeah.
be, even like 4 people in the room, they like it. And if you ask them questions, they are willing to answer, you know. So it makes the students also feel, you know, that yes, they are also welcomed and they are also part of everything. And so yes, we really are very grateful to interns and volunteers we've had over the past. And what I like about many of the interns is that even as they leave us, you know, the kind of feedback that sometimes I get is so amazing, you know, and I feel from this feedback I get and looking at the directions they are taking, it's really true. They say it, but I sometimes am like, really? Did we make such an impact on them? Because some people come and they are totally lost in which direction to go, and then they come here, and because of all the exposure they have had, it's been able to assist them make a decision in where they want to go further in life. So you see people sending emails, oh, Dr. Naa, you know, I'm going to do now this in Malawi, or I'm going to do this here, I'm going to do this there. It's all got to do with this type of work, and it's amazing. And they're like, you know, and it was WAAF that helped us make this decision. It's very nice when I read this type of emails. I feel that, you know, these are all good people who, you know, are thinking about those in need and are actually...
It's a mutual help.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. And even though they have left, they really still want to continue to do something. And also there are some that still keep us in mind and will just surprise us by doing some fundraising every now and then, and just surprise us and tell us, oh, we raised this money for you. And so it's amazing. It's very nice, yes. And we still are very, very thankful to the so many interns we've had.
Okay, so thank you very much for this video,
yes.
And I hope I can bring a lot of volunteers here, and
You're welcome.
Hope I can raise a lot of money for the clinic.
No
okay.
problem. Thank you so much also.
And thank you very much for the opportunity to let me work here
Oh,
this week.
you're welcome, and thank you very much for your donation towards our almond tree shop. And
yeah.
We'll make sure when the shop is finished, which we hope by end of February it will be finished, we'll send you pictures.
Oh,
So,
that would be great.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.